Good morning and welcome to JoyNews Interactive. My name is Kobe, Spiky, and Chroma. And today on the show, we'll be talking about the lockdown challenge, how people are creating stuff being in lockdown. We'll be talking to someone who's found a hidden talent that he didn't know he had before. And then also we'll be talking to the Internet of Things Network Solutions Hub about some creations, inventions that they've come up with to battle the spread of COVID-19. And also further from that, we'll also talk about the ban of prostitution in the northern region. And then after that, we'll take your comments. We're going on a break. We'll be back shortly, after which we'll take your comments. More people are adapting to technology-based solutions to either prevent or survive the harsh realities of COVID-19. Nations, companies, and individuals have created and adapted various technologies to control the spread of the virus. In Ghana, the Internet of Things Hub have developed prototypes of 3D printed face masks, automatic dispensing hand sanitizers, ventilators, and contactless hand washing taps. These are not just to make life easy, but also to help prevent the spread of the virus. The IoT team is looking for investment to produce large quantities of their inventions for hospitals, government, and private institutions on individuals. On Skype to share more insights is Joshua Opoku-Ajimai. Hello, Joshua.
Hi, Kobe. It's fine.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm very well. Great. So tell us more about your inventions.
All right. So for the past about 3 weeks now, yeah. So it's been 17 days as of yesterday.
Right.
We decided to take a mission to come up with solutions to address the coronavirus in Africa.
Okay.
So before then I had already run a community of about 5,000 members, and our vision was to be able to explore emerging technologies the 21st century and then use them to solve problems in Africa.
Okay.
But we saw coronavirus to be an opportunity to put knowledge that we've been acquiring for the past years. So we quickly put up a team together, a team of volunteers who really wanted to fight the coronavirus in Africa.
Okay.
And you'll be surprised that in 17 days, no idea, have no even knowledge about the virus, even though the creative solutions that is really going to transform our lives and help fight the virus.
Great. So we've seen some of your inventions and we've shown some of them on the screens. And can you tell us more about some of these inventions? For instance, the contactless tap. That was one that seemed to appeal to a lot of people because people are always concerned about touching the taps after washing their hands. What inspired the creation of this invention?
All right. So when the virus started, the first week that we started this initiative for Hack Corona B, we spent the whole 1 week gathering information about the virus. So we use an approach called crowdsourcing.
Okay.
So we crowdsource a lot of data from the internet. How other folks are also solving the same problem. And some of the things we learned about the virus, the fact that somebody have it, and for 14 days the symptoms haven't showed up yet. It means the person can be spreading it unknowingly, unintentionally. So that means that anything the victim touches, if there happens to be a fluid, the victim leaves a trace of the virus there. And we're advised to be washing our hands frequently.
Yeah.
If victims don't know they have to also be washing their hands frequently, also be using public utilities frequently. And that means that every wash you have, that you find also be touching it. So we thought that, wow, then this could be a point where virus could be spreading. The process of trying to protect ourselves, might even get to the process of contaminating us.
Yeah.
So then we came up with an idea of why don't we automate it? And that's what we do. I Network have looking at Internet of Things, looking at a future where almost everything can be automated completely and we exchange data on the internet without human intervention. I've acquired a lot of deep knowledge and understanding. And this we've also worked on a couple of projects where all of these things has been done in the community for the past 4 years.
Right.
So we decided to give it a try. In
Okay.
less than 2 weeks, we've been able to build amazing product. The catalyst washing tabs basically have a sensor device with an electronic that when you put your hands under the tap, the sensor sees your hand and opens the tap for you. When you take off your hand, the tap is automatically. So you don't need to touch anything because we realize that after you're washing your hand, you open the tap, wash your hand,
And then you close the tap
but
again.
you have to close the tap again.
Exactly.
Washing your hand, you still have to contaminate your hand. That's what motivates us to start that process.
Okay. So with all these inventions, are they available to the public?
As of now, what we have is called a website.
Okay.
So basically, within 70 days, we come with so many ideas. We're trying to see the ones that are feasible, and then what we see today are the ones that are feasible, and the ones that have been able to build something to prove that this concept works, and we're trying it. So we're hoping to work with the Ministry of Health, water sanitation, to be able to also run a test to see if this solution we're working on is indeed going to help. I know it's going to help because I have a lot of international community that are working on finding solutions to help fight the virus.
Right.
This innovation are same solutions that are deployed to healthcare in Europe and America. It's not something new we came up with. Something we're working with the community worldwide, finding
Right.
solution, or solution, to help combat the virus.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Joshua. And we'll be showing your inventions to the audience so people would see, and then hopefully we can get some support for you so that you can get some investments to push your inventions. Thank you very much for what you've been able to do.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So moving on, we'll be showing some of Joshua's inventions, and then we'll take your comments about what you think about these made in Ghana inventions on battling COVID-19. So those were some very, very interesting inventions, the ventilator, the 3D printed face masks, and we'll be taking some of your comments about these inventions. So Solomon O. Issa says, where is his hands? We don't see anything. Okay, I think that was the video. Solomon Ajay says, amazing, and gives a punch. Amos Asamoah says, coronavirus do well in Ghana. I think he's trying to say that coronavirus has caused us to become more invention focused. DC Jacob says the cameraman is bad. So the minister bans prostitution in the northern region. And this is a very serious matter because the coordinating council have issued a directive to ban prostitution in the northern region. This directive is in line with the council and attempts to curb the spread of COVID-19 in the region. The region currently has 10 out of Ghana's 195 confirmed cases of novel coronavirus. Some of these carriers were also found out to be involved in prostitution, triggering the intention to place an embargo on the trade. One of them, a Guinean lady, is said to have escaped mandatory quarantine as the security agencies launched a manhunt for her.
I, as the Northern Regional Security Council Chairman, the Northern Regional Minister, I want to stand on behalf of our chiefs in Northern Region, on behalf of our imams, religious leaders, and on behalf of all the MMDCs to ban prostitution in Northern Region and its related activities in our part of the country. Given the fact that prostitution in the first place is not a good thing that our people in this part adore. I know sometimes it's difficult to tell people not to engage in this activity, but in this period of coronavirus, in this period that we are preaching people should ensure social distance, we have come to realize that there are a lot of the people who have put themselves under the cover of darkness in certain locations within the capital of Tamale and some parts of the region and doing prostitution. If you look at the victims, confirmed victims of this coronavirus, some of them are prostitutes. They have been fished out from those locations, and I am using it as basis to ban prostitution in Northern Region. So on this note, I am pleading with especially the men, the young men and young ladies, please, we know that sometimes you want to satisfy your desire in one way or the other, but please, at this crucial moment.
This is day 4 of the 14-day lockdown, and some people are discovering what they can do aside their regular jobs. For instance, Trigmatic, who's a Ghanaian musician, says he discovered he could do graphic designing. Let's take a watch at this video.
With the lockdown, how am I coping? I think I'm doing pretty much well. I'm doing good. I've been home. Technically, if I'm able to do everything, then I've been home for a month, which for me is just cool. I'm managing well. I'm discovering myself in other areas I didn't think that I had a passion for. I've learned some great lessons. I realized that there are a few things I didn't know I had. I found myself designing suddenly, trying my hands on some graphic stuff, and they look really good. So now I wouldn't have to pay anybody for that, so maybe I'm going to start doing a few things by myself. It's also giving me time to reflect. It's giving me time to write some new stuff.
So we have Trigmatic himself on Skype to tell us more about what he's learned with his newly discovered skill, graphic design. Hi, Trig.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm very well. How are you doing?
Great.
So I noticed that you have discovered a new skill, and it's graphic design.
Yeah.
So how did this happen?
Well, I just before I traveled, I downloaded the Photoshop software, but I never really opened it. So upon return, we had to go through mandatory quarantine.
Yeah.
So I was there one day. I said, let me just put myself to work because, I can't just be here and not do anything. So I started tweaking, and I went on YouTube to check out how to work around it and do like the basic stuff. And I found myself enjoying it. And sometimes I would go on and check out like other designs done by people and try and see if I can do the same thing. It was difficult from the beginning, but I realized that it was getting better. I did a few designs, and of course I'll send to like close friends. And then, I just sent it to some of the people around me, and they're like, "Oh, Charlie, this one they lie, but you do it," and I found it very interesting. I think it's something that I like.
Great. So another thing I want to know is what really compelled you to get into graphic design? Because we know that being in lockdown, people get inactive and they start to want to learn new skills. You're a musician. I would have thought that you'd have wanted to learn how to make beats. but rather you turned to graphic design.
So one thing about me that people don't know is that I used to draw.
Okay.
So I've always, like, it's not like I'm just getting introduced to it, but I've always had that artistic thing. Before I do my album covers come out, I'm always talking to the designers on what I want.
Mm.
So I've always been like, directly and indirectly, and music is art, so it works hand in hand. I felt like, let me do something different, because with production or like beats production, I mean, for that, I know I don't have that as a challenge. But what I have as a challenge is getting like graphic designers to do something for you quickly when you want to post something, and then so I realized that that's the need I wanted, and that's easy to learn. It was easier to learn for me.
Right. So, besides graphic design, what other skill are you looking to learn now?
Well, I think that it won't be a skill, but it's more of empowering myself. I've started reading my second book for this year, which now I'm reading, Who Made God by Ravi Zacharias, and I'm just equipping myself the best way that I can. Um, I've read a lot. Yesterday I was watching an interview I've watched over and over and over again,
Mm.
and I didn't realize that the interview had like so much content. There's an interview between Jay-Z and Warren Buffett,
Right.
and I took a book and I was able to write like 3 pages of ideas and like business principles. But I watched this interview before and I never got all these things from it. So these are the things that I find myself doing. Like, as I speak with you, like I'm about to watch something different about stocks. Like I've never I want to understand, like,
Mm.
what it takes, what it means, and all of that. So I'm just learning new things. I'm taking my time to reflect and learn new things.
Great, great. That's good to know. So, after the lockdown, what are you going to do with this new skill that you've learned, the graphic designing?
Oh, I mean, definitely. If if I need something quickly
Mm.
that I know that I can do like basic things, I wouldn't have to wait. Because that's a big challenge that we
Yeah.
have, as a team. Our graphic guy would say, "Chal, I need inspiration. I need to think. I need to do this and that." So instead of waiting, I'll put one or two together, get it done. Probably I'll just send him so he can coach me on how to polish it, and then I'll use it. So I wouldn't have to go and pay, so much for designs and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, how are you doing in lockdown currently?
The thing with me is, I might be doing a longer period than everybody else, because I've already spent almost 2 weeks in government quarantine. Um, so when I go home, I would now do another week, because now you guys are just having your first week. But I've been indoors. I've been indoors 2 weeks already,
Mm.
and this is my third week. So I'm pretty much getting used to it. And like I said, I think that a lot of people should look at what they can make out of this. Like, bro, it's not even funny. Like, if you put your mind to it, everybody has something to gain out of this, aside the losses and then the pain and all of that, the challenges. What I realized is that after this pandemic, our lives will not be the same, and there's going to be a major shift from traditional ways of doing things onto new media, onto tech. Like the tech,
Yeah.
the tech world is going to be one of the biggest industries to be. So I think that everybody that's in lockdown now should start looking at how they can connect technology to their businesses. Whether you sell food, whether you sell shoes,
Mm.
whether you sell whatever you do, how you can even, I think, is an open space also for third party vendors who are in tech. They can develop businesses and apps for people who don't know much about tech, and they can be the ones providing for them.
Right.
So it's like a movement for so many ideas and so much to do. Like, I'm trying to see where I can fix myself in, not just music or art or entertainment, but
Mm.
in general, an open opportunity.
Great, great, great. Thank you very much, Trig, for joining us on JNI. And stay safe, wash your hands,
You're
and don't
welcome.
touch your face.
You're welcome. Thank you. I have my sprayer here. I use all the time.
Great, great, great. All right. Enjoy your lockdown.
All right, then. Thank you.
So we'll be taking some comments on social media about Trigmatic's newfound skill. So Sheikh Ibrahim Anya says he discovered that he can go for 4 rounds. Okay. 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 Very interesting. Nidon says decorating. He has decorated his room and he's thinking of washing all his already washed and ironed clothes. That's a new skill. What can we discover in this imprisonment when government hasn't given us any skills? Everything is book. Meanwhile, we don't eat books. But if you train your mind, you'll find something to eat. So Mohamed Dede Papabi says, thanks to the lockdown, I have now realized that sleeping all day is priceless. LOL. So it was an online face-off between two of Ghana's biggest beatmakers, JQ and Apietus on Wednesday. They were trending for all the fun and good old days reasons. Check out how it went down. A glass breaks in any song, then it's JQ. But when you hear Apietus in the mix, then you know the song came from Apietus. So we asked for your comments on social media, and here's what you said. Kweku Teddy Lawrence says, Azonto, Fiesta, Sack, and Kese. Those are the songs that he remembers from these two. Jay Obiba says, Emanuela from Oforian Ponsa. That's his favorite song. M. Abdul Ganu says, Patapa Smenta Apietus. No sense in their raps. Michael Chili Jandu says, Gonja Barracks, Book Back. That's his favorite song. So all these were ways that people were passing their lockdown. Apietus and JQ were having a go at each other. And it seems to be a trend that's happening on social media, especially on Twitter. Everyone is pitching one artist against the other, one producer against the other. Let's see who will come the winner at the end. So all too soon, my time is up and I'll be leaving you. Don't forget, go on social media, go on Facebook, go on Twitter, go on Instagram, and interact with us. It's at JoyNews on TV. My name is Kobe Spikey Nkrumah. The show has been JoyNews Interactive. Catch you on the next one.